my mama taught me manners. You know, minding your P's and Q's. Now, I never quite knew what those P's and Q's stood for, but mama always said, having manners means you didn't ask, you just minded. You minded that P and you minded that Q. And you feared for your life if mama caught you cutting in line or speaking out of turn. Because if she did, she'd whack you so hard you and her wig would end up 3 states over. But based off of my recent observations out and about the world, I can conclude only one thing. Ain't nobody got a mama. I mean, we got people yelling on cell phones and elevators, children who say, give me that instead of thank you, and judges who compliment you in the hall and then give you that for. The only P's and Q's people are minding nowadays are the ones next to the RSTLNE on their iPhones while they're driving. My airplane. Robin Abrams gets it. She argues in the Boston Globe of January 27th of this year that 21st century America is in an epidemic of rudeness. Rahm Emanuel is calling Democrats effing retards. Sandra Bernhard is calling Sarah Palin a whore who needs to be gang raped. Michael Savage is telling a gay caller to get AIDS, you pig, and die. Where are these people's mamas? The norm for politeness in society has shifted dramatically, and this loss of civility is eroding our P's and Q's and exploding in F's and U's, so to speak. So today, let's figure out how we can put a stop to rampant rudeness. But first, tracing the decline of civility, then facing the consequences of this loss, before finally embracing some of the myriad ways that we can restore our enlightened and refined society. Oh yeah, mama got me a thesaurus too. So where the hell did our civility go? We must first explore where it began. You know, humans weren't always polite. In fact, civil society first emerged in the 18th century, according to Michael Becker in his book, The Emergence of Civil Society in the 18th Century, which fortunately for me, I had to read past the cover. But this era also brought us the list of 110 rules of civility and decent behavior, which was transcribed by all school children at that time, including our first president, little George Washington. Now this list included, and these are for real, number 1, sleep not when others speak. Number 14, lift not one eyebrow higher than the other. Number 27, do not laugh too much or too loudly at any public spectacle. Y'all got that one down. And finally, number 46, talk not with meat in your mouth. But flash back just 2 presidents ago, and it was little Billy Clinton saying, talk not with me in your mouth. So, yeah, civility, we lost it. I mean, Americans went from, pardon me, miss, would you happen to have any Grey Poupon? To, yo, white devil, you got some mustard? In her 2010 book, I See Rude People, Amy Alcott argues the return of incivility grew along with the shift of populations, out of small cordial towns and into populated urban areas. See, you can't be a jerk in a small town because people know you. In large cities, or overpriced conference hotels, people can be rude because of what I like to call the Stevie Wonder phenomenon. They can go a whole day without seeing anyone they know. Which helps explain why today, 70% of people who were surveyed by the Chicago Tribune of September 10, 2009, said they think Americans are getting ruder and ruder by the decade. Then they punched the guy who was doing the survey. Seriously, do not mess with people from Chicago. My mama's from Chicago, and she always, what was that, mama? Oh Lord, I didn't make a mad joke. I'm sorry, right on to my second point. The consequences of this loss. First, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution of August 10, 2009 explains how the experience of rudeness makes everyone involved have increased stress. So, when you yell at the Del Taco guy, he feels bad and you feel bad. Mainly because you're getting taco full of his armpit hair and spit. But believe it or not, these increased levels of stress often lead individuals to expose latent feelings, like unresolved racism. Emory University psychologist Drew Weston told the Los Angeles Times of September 16, 2009, it was no accident many of the recent uncivil acts involved blacks and whites, Weston noted. Obama is black, and you lie guy Joe Wilson is white. Kanye West is black, and Taylor Swift is translucent. Weston went on to say, I think racial tensions are very high on both sides right now. It's on a different level. It's bubbling under the surface and spewing out at times that we did not intend. So clinically, what Kanye and Wilson experienced was premature ejaculation, which hurts the whole nation. The Statesman Journal of January 19, 2009 says that the lack of civility makes everyone involved have increased stress. And this hurts everyone, and nothing gets done, especially critical legislative action, like healthcare reform, immigration reform, and Heidi Montag's space reform. Wait, that last one did pass the Senate, but should never ever be let out of the House. Now that we've revealed some of the horrid consequences of this loss, let us try and come up with some solutions. Now, one quick and easy way for us to put an end to incivility is for everyone to behave at all times like they are being recorded. Please note, this does not apply to Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, Miss California, or John Edwards. But for the rest of us, we need heavier hitting tips on staying civil. Luckily, we can refer to the 2008 book, The Civility Solution, which offers specific solutions for situations like what to do when a non-disabled driver takes a disabled parking space. Apparently, it wants us to disable them. Works for me. And John Kelly. The Washington Post of June 22, 2009 says that Kelly is the leader of a new social movement called Radical Civility, which urges people to battle back against acts of rudeness. Now, this is probably why Newsday of January 22, 2010 said that Kanye West was banned from George Clooney's Hope for Haiti, mainly so he wouldn't jump on stage during the telethon and say, yo, Haiti, I'm really sorry for you, I'm gonna let you finish, but Northridge had the worst earthquake of all time. But I mean, y'all know Kanye. Once he gets a bottle of Hennessy in his hand, he's like, yo, Jesus, I know yours was good, but Jay-Z had the best comeback of all time. But when and if we do find ourselves at the face of uncivil acts, we must remember to react appropriately. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution of August 10, 2009 says that before Joe Wilson's "you lie" outburst on President Obama, Wilson was just an anonymous member of the House of Representatives. But now, his uncivil act has inspired t-shirts, posters, increased campaign donations. I hear he's even the new spokesperson for Chef Boy, Are You Racist? And Lunchables. When we reward acts of incivility, we perpetuate it. Give incivility an inch, and it will take a smile. So today, my dear audience, we've uncovered the tragic demise of civility, the consequences of this loss, and finally, what we can all do to get it back. You know, I hope I made my mama proud. In fact, maybe that's the real solution to all of this. You know, maybe Americans just need a mama to scare the bejesus out of them so that they'll behave appropriately. And I know just the woman for the job.